Yo, what it do, my people? It's your boy Mike Easy, back with the real. You already know the deal, gang. And for this video, we're gonna be speaking about Remy Ma's son allegedly shooting and killing D Block, Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty's first cousin, man. Before we dive into this video, make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you won't miss these videos and you can lock in with the channel, man. Alright, now, so let's go ahead and get this video out the way. We ain't trying to waste your time. So I've been basically sitting back gathering facts and all this, it's a lot, so bear with me. I'm gonna try to push it into this very short video, guys, but nonetheless, let's get into it. So D Block, Kenneth Petty is Nicki Minaj's husband, right? They call him Zoo on the streets. He's a street gang member, basically. His first cousin was named D Block. He was like 47 years old at the time of his death, but he had been indicted on drug charges by actually a RICO case. They said him, along with like 55 other people, got hit with a RICO for trafficking drugs, heroin, fentanyl, pills. They were basically running the Queen streets. They had them on lock, just like you gonna do when you hit that subscribe on the channel. Right after he got indicted, he made bail or whatever. People come through, catch him on the corner, boom, 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 boom. Shot him like 5 or 6 times. They shot him in the head, shot him in the chest, basically left him for dead. He was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced dead, right? So, how does Remy Ma's son, how does he tie into all this? Well, according to police, this shooting was a murder for hire plot. So, let me backtrack. This is not recent. This killing did not happen recent, guys. This killing actually happened back in June of 2021. We in June of 2024, so it's almost been exactly 3 years ago that this murder happened. They arrested 2 people. They arrested Remy Ma's son, and they arrested another guy. They've been charged with 1st-degree murder, 2nd-degree murder, weapons charges, and all kinds of stuff, right? So, Remy Ma, people ask, why did they arrest Remy Ma's son? How's he tied to this? Unless you've been living up under a rock, Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj has had direct beef, even way before they traded diss tracks back in 2017. They both rappers. Nicki Minaj is married to Kenneth Petty, known street dude, street member, doing this thing in the streets. Nicki Minaj actually knows him from, growing up around the area. And Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj had beef, right? Remy Ma is already known for upping the pole and clapping somebody. She went and did like 5 or 8 years in prison for shooting a woman in the deli, right? Yeah, for real. So Remy Ma, she already get busy like that. And it's been reported, now it's not been proven, but it's been reported that Nicki Minaj actually had her goons. Remember that time when Remy Ma got stabbed? They're saying that was a direct hit for Nicki Minaj, right? And being stabbed is not no little slight get back gesture, Being stabbed is real serious. Remy Ma could have actually died from that, you feel me? And now nobody that I know of got arrested for that incident, but Remy Ma has came out herself and said Nicki Minaj was the person responsible for her getting stabbed. Basically, like Nicki Minaj and them hired some people to stab Remy Ma up. And that's usually how these rap beefs go. You know what I mean? Most of them ain't in the booth no more. Most of them, they start out in the booth, or they could start out in the street like Chicago. But Chicago's different, right? Chicago started with stuff being in the streets and then going in the booth. Nowadays, people go in the booth and stuff and spill out into the streets. But in Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj's case, Remy Ma is saying Nicki Minaj is the one responsible for her getting stabbed up. And they're saying this shooting of Kenneth Petty's cousin is a murder for hire plot. Now, who hired so-called Remy Ma's son to kill him, we don't know yet. But speculation, see, now I don't think Remy Ma would get her son to go actively kill somebody. Now I could be wrong. But I don't think it went down like that. I think this is probably the scenario that I'm thinking. You got two different cliques, right? You got two different cliques running around Queens, selling drugs, moving stuff around, right? Territories are involved. You Remy Ma's son, you with this clique over here, Kenneth Petty's cousin, he already been indicted, right? Along with 55 other people, so that's telling you he got a big organization he moving weight from. So they got it on lock, right? You also kin to Nicki Minaj though, you know, by marriage, but you close to Nicki Minaj. So that's kind of get back for the beef with Remy Ma. Oh, you stabbed up my mom? Hey, yeah, he the leader. He got stuff going on over there. Oh, yeah, and he Kenneth Petty, you know, Nicki's husband, cousin. We're going to get him. So I'm thinking a bigger guy that was probably selling drugs in around Remy Ma's son, put him and somebody else up to go knock him off. You know what I mean? For the territory. And then he probably had a little personal vendetta against him anyways because of the situation I just mentioned. Now, he's been booked. They said, you know, Remy Ma's not really supposed to be speaking about it right now because of the simple fact it's an open case. He's got a good lawyer, but like I said, this is a 3-year-old case. Why are they just arresting him now? I guess they had to gather enough evidence, and they had enough evidence to charge him. But Remy Ma, oh yeah, you thought I was gonna leave you out? Can't leave you out. You just as responsible for your son going to prison as whoever it was that put him up to do it. Now, he could have took it upon himself to do it, because you know how these crazy kids is growing up in these streets with all this drill music and everything now. So if nobody did put him up to it and he took it upon himself with somebody else to go shoot him, okay, cool. You still at fault. So you at fault either way, because you led a bad example for your sons for shooting somebody in the deli, right? Then you beefing with Nicki Minaj, another big rapper, talking about you gonna do all this, you gonna do all that, right? You didn't raise him right. You should have been raising him. And it's not like you was broke and, you know, you couldn't give him no guidance, anything. I understand you went to jail, probably had a vital part in his life, because you went to jail for 5 to 8 years. And if he's 21 and that's being, you know, yeah, you probably missed some vital years of his life, and maybe he was out there running the streets and doing whatever. But you should have never been in that position in the first place, because it was not worth it. You feel me? You lucky the lady didn't die, or you'd have still been in prison. But you didn't raise your kid up in the right way and direct him from going down the path of the streets that he went down. You should have kept him out of the streets. You should have told him the consequences of the streets instead of being, you know, gangster Remy Ma up in the pole, shooting people. Oh yeah, that's all good. You lead him by example, whether you knew it or not. That's what you done. You really didn't care about too much if you willing to shoot somebody in the deli over the little bull crap that you did it over. You feel me? Excuse me, the bullshit that you did it over. So with that being said, you just responsible for him going to prison, or him killing the dude and being in prison, allegedly, than anybody is, because you didn't set a good example for your son. So it's really your fault if you want to really be honest with it. You feel me? People can get mad all they want, you feel me? But it's up to you when you got kids to raise them in the right way, because if you don't, somebody else will raise them in the wrong way. And that's how it always is. If you leave your kid in the streets all day, they get raised up by the man down there standing on the corner, guess what? More than likely he gonna grow up to be just like that man on the corner. If you letting him out doing all this stuff and he ain't got no supervision and he ain't got no jurisdiction, he can just go and do whatever he want, more than likely when he gets older, he just gonna feel like he can go and do whatever he want. But if you raise him up in the right way and steer him in the right direction and teach him from right and wrong, he's gonna grow up to know right from wrong and to teach his kids from right and wrong. If he really did this and he gets convicted of it, he's more than likely, unless he's had kids already, and really it ain't gonna matter because he's gonna be talking to him from a jail phone, but he ain't gonna get the chance to raise his kids up, his own kids up, to teach them right from wrong. So, people out there, man, it's up to you. If you got kids, to lead them down the right path, to teach them from a young seed, from a youngin', as they growing up. You got to embed it in their head, right from wrong. Because if you don't, somebody else will. And more likely, it'll be the wrong way. If you don't teach them the right way, somebody else is going to teach them the wrong way. And that's just the way it is in this, especially in the times we living in now, the world we living in now. So easy to get sidetracked and thrown off course and to veer down the wrong dead end way, man. So that's just how I feel about the situation now. As more stuff comes out, more information comes out, we'll update this video. But as it stands right now, Remy, my son, along with one other, has been booked for the shooting death of Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth, first cousin, D-Block, man. He got shot on the South Jamaica Queens corner, or the sidewalk, however you want to call it, execution style, in an alleged murder for hire plot. Like and subscribe. Drop a comment. Let me know what y'all think about this video down below. And until the next one, you already know. Peace.